What if I told you that the greatest threat to humanity wasn't destroyed, but merely paused? In 1947, a discovery was made that was so disturbing it was immediately classified. Deep beneath the ice, or perhaps hidden in the deepest caverns of the earth, lie the remains of beings that Scripture says should not exist. They are the Nephilim. And today, we aren't just looking at myths, we're looking at the physical evidence of why God had to freeze their lineage before they ended ours. Most of us know the story, fallen angels descending to earth, creating a hybrid race of giants. But there is a detail in the book of Enoch and Genesis that most preachers skip over. It wasn't just about their size, it was about their blood, a biological corruption that was spreading like a virus. Have you ever wondered why every ancient culture, from the Sumerians to the Greeks, mentions these same entities? Is it possible they were all looking at the same terrifying reality? Today, we peel back the layers of history to reveal the hidden reason behind the Great Flood and the archaeological glitches that prove these beings were real. To understand the freeze, we have to understand the breach. The sources tell us that 200 watchers descended upon Mount Hermon, but they didn't just bring war, they brought forbidden technology, genetics, metallurgy, and astrology. The Nephilim weren't just big, they were unnatural. Think about this. If these beings were semi-divine, could they ever truly die? This creates a massive problem for the ancient world. If you can't kill a monster, what do you do with it? You imprison it. We find records in the Dead Sea Scrolls suggesting that the earth itself was ordered to swallow or enclose them. But where? In recent years, massive skeletal remains, some over 15 feet tall, have been reported in locations like the Caucasus Mountains and the Peruvian desert. But then, they vanish from the public record. Why? If these are just human mutations, why the secrecy? Look at the megalithic structures across the globe. Baalbek, Sacsayhuam, stones weighing 800 tons, moved with precision that defies modern engineering. The Bible suggests the Nephilim were the architects of this pre-Diluvian world. But here is the revelation. Archaeologists have found mass graves where the bones show signs of sudden, extreme preservation. Not a slow death, but a moment frozen in time. What force could do that? The book of Jude mentions angels kept in eternal chains under darkness. But what if those chains aren't literal iron? What if the darkness is the permafrost, or the deep crust of the earth? Scientists recently discovered giant viruses being revived from the melting ice of Siberia, creatures that have been dormant for 30,000 years. If a virus can survive, what about the biological templates of the Nephilim? Ancient maps like the Piri Reis show the world without ice, revealing structures deep beneath the Antarctic shelf. Could this be the Tartarus mentioned in 2 Peter? The place where the corrupt seeds were stored away from the sun. But here is the twist you didn't see coming. The Bible doesn't say the Nephilim problem is over. It says, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. If the Nephilim were frozen to protect the human genome, what happens when we start playing with genetics again? Today, we are editing DNA, mixing species, and creating AI that mimics the forbidden knowledge of the Watchers. We aren't just finding their graves, we are recreating their environment. Are we inadvertently melting the very chains that God put in place to save us? The evidence isn't just in the stones or the ice. It's in the warning that has echoed for thousands of years. God didn't destroy the world because he was angry. He did it because he was a father protecting his children from a predator they couldn't defeat. The freeze was an act of mercy. But as the world warms, both physically and spiritually, the ancient secrets are beginning to surface. The question isn't whether they existed. The question is, are we ready to face what happens when the ice finally melts? If this discovery changed the way you look at the Bible, you need to see our other investigation on the unforgivable sin, which explains the spiritual side of this biological war. Subscribe to join our community of truth seekers, and comment below, do you think the Nephilim are still among us? Watch this next video to find out.